Today, I'm going to be talking about why Sonic Colors Ultimate physical release is delayed and how to get around it. And I think I'm going to have to hang up the handed down title of Europe's biggest Sonic fan because this is not a good time to be one of them, and in a couple other places. Aww. Basically, there were some unforeseen circumstances that affect anyone in Europe, the sandy parts, and Africa. Sorry, buckos, but you'll either have to wait it out or cancel your pre-order and go digital. But I do have a very easy workaround for those still wanting to get it on launch physically. Oh. Frankly, I prefer to go digital with everything in recent years, so even if I was in Europe, this wouldn't affect me. However, if it's not region locked, this will create a huge demand for importing them from the US and Australia. In fact, I'm pretty sure Australia and Europe use the same type of PAL discs, right? I think those games are on a case-per-case basis with NTSC and PAL, but if Australia and Europe are both PAL, you could pay the extra shipping money to get it from someone there. Should be playable, but you'd have to double check and make sure it would work properly, since the only difference I believe is the ratings board. Actually, big update. After doing some research, not only will you be able to play a physical Australian copy on any European Xbox One or PS4, but you can play any region of the physical game. So you could even get it from the US, which would be far cheaper. I'm not sure if they're not allowed to suggest this or something, but if you want a physical copy at the launch window, this will be the best option for you. It will take a few days to get to your European home from the US, but will be far quicker than waiting for the delay, to which they haven't even said how long it will be. It isn't much more to import from the US since they have a lot of companies that specifically do that. So this is definitely something to consider. I'll get into the reason as to why it's delayed, but I just wanted to clear that up for anyone wanting it so that you know you easily can do so. Now let's get into the reason of what's causing these delays. Now Sega has still yet to say what is causing the delay, but there's a small set of possibilities and I'll present them all here. And the sneaky MF who I know is behind all of this. But before I get into the reasons, quickly hit like and the bell. I'm running out of time and it's the only thing that can save me. Please.
The Keychain Dilemma.
Now, I don't want to point fingers, and I would never want to offload blame onto a literal baby, but I think this blue abomination might be the reason for our delay. To manufacture so many of these little pricks, and since the problem is only in Europe, and only affects physical editions, I can't see what else would be the problem. Now, this obviously isn't the only possibility, but I think it'd be hilarious if this was the case. Now, I believe all these countries have their own ratings board, but this delay affects all EMEA markets, minus the good boys and girls in Australia and New Zealand. So it could be an issue with the ratings board, but again, that wouldn't explain the digital versions going live on time still. I think the next one is the biggest one, but is in some ways the least sensible. The panda market is one thing I'm seeing people everywhere jump to blame, but I can't see a single scenario where this is the case. If it was due to that, why would it be releasing in all other markets, including the worst affected areas? If there was a picnic problem, then it would affect all physical releases, and not just this small region. The development isn't being delayed, just the European physical release. But to look at both sides, if there was a European distributor who was the central for their releases, and they had some issue related to the picnic, I could see that being a problem, so it is possible. And the more I think about it, the higher I'd raise the chances that the delay is because of the picnic. But
the sandy bits.
So I don't know if you've turned on the good old telly, but it's not going well in the sandy bits. So maybe there is some struggle with distributing it there, since those areas are affected. And I'm not going to go into it much because I am 100% not educated enough to understand anything, but I know it's bad. This would make a lot of sense since it is disruptive enough to impact all releases in those markets, including games. Now, I'm not certain this is the reason, because I think it would specifically only affect those regions, rather than all EMEA markets, minus the opposite countries.
My thoughts.
My thoughts? I personally think that the reason for this delay is as clear as day. See, in Europe, they spell Sonic Colors with a U. I think the manufacturer saw that and said that in
Good conscience, they could not print those boxes.
which caused Sega to have to quickly find a new European manufacturing partner, and there has to be one out there that would be daring enough to so horribly misspell colors. Honestly, all of this news leans towards my prediction of Super Monkey Ball outselling Sonic Colors, especially physically. Even if it's not as high of volumes, given that Sonic is a bigger brand name, Super Monkey Ball will definitely go past its projections, at least on a ratio scale.
Isn't that the funny Twitter word?
Now, I really don't think this will affect Sonic Colors Ultimate sales much, as most people who do cancel their pre-order will likely just go digital, which, by the way, releases in a little over 1 week on the consistently polarizing Epic Game Store. So we will likely see around March of next year, when their fiscal year ends, how well they sold comparatively. I honestly wish you guys rocked with Super Monkey Ball more, because I am so down for this game. I'm just gonna say it, this is my most anticipated game for 2021, since Halo Infinite's campaign got delayed till 2022. But that's off topic for now, so keep in mind, if you do want a physical version from launch, your best bet is importing it and taking the few day delay. I knew from the start that this story was going to be blown completely out of proportion, because what else will the more desperate creators and news outlets do? It's literally their job. I respect the hustle. But rest assured, my Americans and Asians, we are all set for takeoff on September 7th. You've been watching the #1 source of all Sonic news, and if you don't subscribe, like, and most importantly, hit the bell, there's literally nothing more important than that. And if you don't, I'll cry. I live stream on Twitch. It's Sonic Show Live. Go give it a shot. Even if you haven't watched Twitch much, just give it a shot. It's fun. And I started an Instagram, The Sonic Show, and I'm posting a lot of content and reels there. Pretty epic. So yeah, remember, hit the bell. Peace.